Hi Gemini, welcome back to the channel. Um, because of yesterday, I had a large response of emails and things from people who were involved in third-party situations. And these situations have left a lot of Geminis uh, wondering, and some don't have closure, etc. So I am going to try and ask the universe as much information as I can to expose these third parties. And this is not for vindictiveness. This is so that the people in Gemini's situation, uh, the truth come out, because there are so many people that are hurting. And I'll see what the universe can tell us today about Gemini's third party situation. Why is it there? What's the MO of these individuals? What are their motives, their purpose, etc.? It's to create towers. It's to create, they're destructive. What's going on for the third parties in Gemini's situation? What information? Yeah, they're seeking their own happiness. What about the third parties in Gemini's situation? What about the third party situation? That tower wanted to appear. There, and justice is here. The spirit, they're seeking their own happiness. And for a lot of the third parties that are involved, they're seeking this joy, this happiness, but the tower strikes because of justice. What about the third parties in Gemini's situation? The truth comes out about these situations, like always. And there's Gemini energy here. So it's about choices in lovers that lead to heartbreak. That is the third party situation. It's about rejecting an offer. It's about, they may have actually been rejected by a soulmate and they're seeking their happy family, but they're very defensive about their actions, and they cause situations that these individuals are actually stuck in limbo. They want, and they're seeking their happiness and their happy family, and sometimes by choosing somebody else's love situation and their happiness, they feel that they would receive this happiness, but it doesn't turn out that way. What about the third party situations in Gemini's situation? Their offers of love are empty. You have to have love to give love. And in a lot of these third parties, they don't have it. They seek passion. That's it. And it's a page passion. That they're seeking emotional fulfillment. And usually it's to do with money. They're seeking money. A lot of these situations, they see a happy unit or an opportunity to gain. So they may be in financial lack themselves, and they are full of betrayal, deception. And yes, a lot of these are karmics who go through these cycles time after time, seeking their joy, seeking their happiness, but their love cup themselves is empty, which is why they get caught in these vicious cycles. And they're actually sad individuals who have been betrayed cycle after cycle, and they're seeking stability. A lot of them are seeking long-term stability, but if you don't have self-love, you can't offer love. So that's why they end up in these vicious cycles. What about the third party in Gemini's situation? And a lot of these individuals have addictions of codependency. They suffer from actual addictions of sexual addictions, lust addictions, chemical substance addictions, or just codependency. And they're very sad individuals seeking their happiness. And they see someone else's happiness and they want to take it. Yeah, they want attention. They're attention seekers. A lot of these individuals come riding in on their horse. Look at me. I'm beautiful. I'm this, I'm that, whatever. They're looking for attention. They want the attention on them. They want a victory. Yep. They're waiting for their ships to come in. What about the third parties in Gemini's situation? What about them, Spirit? They cause betrayal. They're toxic individuals with a lot of dependency issues. They might offer like a pentacle, but they want money. A lot of them are seeking money, and they're controlling and manipulative to get what they want. They don't care who they slay, who they hurt to get what they want. They use their beauty to attract. Yeah, and they're opportunists. A lot of these individuals take advantage of people's love. They take advantage of people who have a hard time expressing their loves, and they rush in. They just leap, and they leap with deception. It's like they target who they want. It's like prey. They'll target who they want. They don't care who they hurt to get what they want. They're foolish. They rush in, and they use deception. And then they move on. They get what they want and they move on. Yeah. And a lot of these individuals are out at parties, and they like to drink, and they're the life of the party type of situation, and they look fun-loving. And then they're at a crossroads, puts people at a crossroads of what to choose. Wow. Yeah, they're highly competitive. They'll compete. They may come in and appear as to be honest individuals, but they're heavily burdened, and they can't control their lust, and they try to act brave and courageous. They see that if they put the work in, they could trap this individual, keep them stuck. The truth is here, the clarity is here about them being in a commitment, and they're hoping that the Wheel of Fortune is in their favor, that they somehow can balance things out. But things always end because it is a vicious cycle. It just keeps going around and around and around. When people find out the truth about what they were doing, about trying to keep them trapped and in some kind of commitment, higher level of commitment, these third party situations always end because they're trapped. They're literally trapped in these vicious cycles, and they always end. until you learn how to be single, abundant, on your own, knowing your own self-worth. Then they move forward, only to be walked away on. These are karmic situations where they think that they can come in and take what another person has, and then they get it, and then they end up being left because the person that they went to wasn't seeking a higher level of commitment. So they move on and they walk away from them, and they end up hurt again, and they will keep repeating it. They're manipulators. They operate on manipulation. The tricksters. They're tricksters. They're fooling themselves. And then again, they go out and play some more. And they're usually attracting individuals who only wanted to play with them, nothing more than an option. And passion. That's like actually the act of passion, where most people, third parties, they want a higher level of commitment or want what other people have, their happy family, their happy situation. They end up getting used and treated as an option, and it was just for passion, and then they get left. Control. It's about control. And it's all about passion. Controlling people with passion to get a higher level of commitment. Trapping people into, and giving to two. And usually these third-party situations, it is so that they can fill their own pockets, taking from one situation to give to another, wounding people from these third parties. They always reap what they sow. Always. And then apology card is here. They're sorry for what they did, and then they repeat it again. So these are just repeating cycles until people, and it creates so much stress and anxiety, whether it is it's not good. It's just a vicious cycle. And because they hide so much, they hide so many secrets. They're not open individuals. They're highly stressed out. They're full of anxiety. And this is what it creates. Heavy energy. Creating blockages in their own forward movement in their own individual lives. They end up hurt. They end up suffering. And it stems from childhood. It stems from childhood blockages. Like, for every third party, it won't be the same, but it always stems from childhood. Childhood blockages that need to be exposed. That's why they go around hurting other people, and then until they follow their intuition about their passions and these cycles that they create. It's just they act upon passions, and a lot of these third-party situations is just for usury and self-fulfillment at the moment, and then they move on. They hunt people like this. This is watching for their next target after they've been left, and some of them tried to get pregnant deliberately, have a child from this juggling to fulfill their wishes, thinking that this is going to hold the union together, but it creates anger and abandonment issues all over again. It rushes back in to repeat this cycle. Judgment then is declared and somebody gets left alone again. And then it's a cycle of healing, and then they make another offer again. They get cut out, they heal, and start it all over again with another cycle. So these are third-party situations in Gemini's situation. They have very little to offer until they learn their own self-worth and value. It's just, it ends, it begins, it ends, it begins, over and over again until they learn. What about the third parties in Gemini's situation? Courage. Yeah. It's going to take courage to walk down that pathway of learning and knowing your own self-worth. The loving woman is here. Woman who is seeking love, teaching. This is about seeking people that you can learn from. Yeah, about being in these stuck cycles. That truck is stuck, and these situations are stuck. And they may want great achievement, and they may feel deserving of these things, but they're stuck until they learn about these cycles and their own self-worth and value. And some of them have a sense of entitlement to what belongs to other people, so that they can feel great about what they've achieved. And some of them have a consciousness of deserving, but they end up in loss. Looking out. It's a vicious cycle, third parties. And I hope this can help some Geminis understand why these situations are going on in Gemini's life, or those who are around Gemini. Thank you, Gemini.